Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the women's bantamweight bout between Hailey Cowan versus Ailin Perez. And how I see right here is I'm going Ailin Perez low confidence. At first I was going Hailey Cowan, probably low confidence. Now I switched to Ailin Perez low confidence. And this was in my before I go wrong pick. The before I go wrongs aren't my actual final picks. They are the picks, my initial picks. So yeah, this is my final pick, Ailin Perez. And yeah, how I see right here again, Ailin Perez low confidence. I can't really get behind either woman. But overall, I feel like Ailin Perez has fought the better competition. It ain't by that big a margin, but she has fought the better competition. I don't feel like Hailey Cowan presents anything all that special. I feel like she has that this wrestling pedigree, judo pedigree. I think she was, she was an athlete, but I don't feel like she was ever like, oh, this girl was a national champion wrestler. She was a stud. She was always placing in the state championships in high school wrestling or judo or something. I think she did gymnastics and some other sports. Probably did lacrosse, a bunch of random sports, but ain't no specific MMA. She probably did some cardio kickboxing and such. But yeah, she okay. But I feel like Ailin Perez has fought better competition. I think Tamires Vidal was a good one. In the fight, she really probably won and was dominating, but it was later turned over due to a DQ or whatever, and it was given to Tamires Vidal. And yeah, I feel like in Hailey Cowan's fight, she fought a pretty strong-looking woman in her last fight, but the woman, even I saw her technique was stiff and she was raw, and still was a very close, tight fight. And I feel like Ailin Perez is a step above that woman in that she could also, I feel like Cowan might be a little bit slightly more technical overall, slightly. Maybe this, matter of fact, this striking. I think Perez is the better submission grappler, or from what I've seen. Cowan did get tapped out, I think, like twice. So she definitely got tapped out once by like this woman that's like 2-2 or 1-2 or something. So, anywho, basically what I'm gonna lean to this one with Ailin Perez is I feel like Perez, like, technique is this, technique is that. But I feel like Perez can push a higher pace, maintain that pace. And I feel like Perez has more oomph behind her strikes. So I feel like she could wear down Cowan. I feel like she will be probably the more physical fighter, at least the fighter who will be able to physically more impose himself on the other opponent, over the course of the fight, wear down Cowan. I want to say like a weird third round submission for Ailin Perez. I feel like it's gonna be a competitive fight for Cowan probably early, but Perez is gonna just be relentless, continue to stare in face, punch her in the face. And also another thing with Perez, she had one loss. One of her losses a DQ, which she was dominating in. Her other loss was to Stephanie Egger, who's actually has a pedigree in with high level judo, and also competed pretty well at BJJ as well, but definitely high level judo accolades. And Perez does end up falling to clinch a lot. And you go on and fall into clinch with a high level judoka in your debut in the UFC. That was a stylistic mixed match. This is not a stylistic mismatch. So a lot of people are kind of holding that against Perez, but she went in there against a stylistic mismatch. A stylistic mismatch. And you have the tendency to fall into the clinch, and you are grappling or fighting a high level judoka. That was just a bad stylistic matchup for your debut. And also it was like a late minute switch up too, I think. I think she really didn't get an easier opponent, and she fell into a stylistic mismatch. Being a young fighter, she's like, I could beat anyone. I'm gonna take this matchup. But in reality, the smart move, I should not have taken that matchup. But then again, UFC like, you're not gonna take a matchup, we're gonna cut you. So, hey. But yeah. Anywho, I just feel like Perez is gonna wear her down over the course of the fight. Close first round, probably go to Cowan, but Perez starts to just constantly pressure, chew her leg up, chew her body up, touch with some power. Cowan starts to try to, react and try to just go to takedowns, and Perez just muscle over her around, take advantage of the position given to her, and reverse it, and probably tap her out like third round after, getting Cowan to kind of just go into defensive mode, and then she just sinks the rear naked choke in or something, third round. So in this one, I have Ailin Perez via third round submission.